So now it's time for me to introduce you to the 5 steps of EAM. Da, da, da. Now, there is so much to this method that in no way am I going to be able to share with you over the next 5 days. I wish I could. I wish I could impart everything that's in here in a tiny little packet and implant it into your mind. But I'm going to do my best to send it through the waves, through the internet, through this video. But let's begin with the simple pieces of the process. Now, because everything is energy, we've just been talking about the fact that everything in our life is energy, everything we see, everything we don't see, that we're influenced by all of this energy around us. And because EAM, the energy alignment method, enables you to shift and change energy, it means that you can change anything. Now, if anyone's thinking, oh yeah, but that situation won't work in my life, or it won't work for me because of this thing, when you begin to live the real, truthful message that everything is energy, we are all connected by this one electron mat of energy, and our energy influences it, and therefore that means it influences everything outside of us, you'll begin to understand the power of this method. You'll begin to really recognize the power that you have, the power you have inside to change anything you see going on outside of you. So EAM can work on anything because everything is energy. It works on your thoughts, your beliefs, your emotions, patterns that you've held from the past, things that have happened in your life, traumatic events, physical health conditions, relationships, money, your business, marketing, your family, generational patterns, things that you've seen happening before, past lives, other lifetimes. It can work on anything and everything, releasing addictions, everything, anything you can think of, because everything is energy. And everything is energy in one of those 3 states that we were talking about earlier. It's either in flow, in resistance, or in reversal. And if you're looking at something that feels like a push or feels like hard work, or it's pulling you back, like remember that annoying little boy that's holding onto the back of your jumper? If anything in your life is in one of those states, then you know it's just energy in reversal or resistance, and it means that you can EAM it. So my wish for you over these next 5 days, I'm going to ask you to focus on one area of your life, just one thing that is a challenge for you at the moment, and I want you to apply everything I'm sharing with you over the 5 days, or at least the first 3 days, to that one thing. After that, you can start using EAM on everything else you see around you too. So now we know it works on everything, and we are going to start applying it to all of the things that we see going on outside of ourselves. The first thing to know is actually the 5 steps. What are they? How do they work? How do you apply them? Now, because you can apply the same 5 steps to anything, there are thousands of ways that you can use this, but I want to teach you the foundational principles so that you understand how to apply them. It is going to feel clunky when you first start if you've never seen this before. For some people, it might be really intuitive, but just trust the process, follow the steps, and keep it simple, okay? Keep it really simple and follow what I'm sharing with you over the next 5 days until you really get to grips with it before you start going into some of the more involved, elaborate stuff that you can use this for. Okay, so promise that you're going to keep it simple for these 5 days. Brilliant. Okay, so there are 5 steps to the energy alignment method. Step 1, you ask. Step 2, you move. Step 3, you experience. Step 4, you transform. And step 5, you manifest. Now, the whole underlying principle of EAM is that we are really tuning into our own energy. In order for you to create the shifts that you want, you need to understand exactly what the challenge is that's holding you back energetically in order for you to let it go. Very often with other methods, people might think that they've got an issue with a fear of heights, for example. And they might think it's, when they fell off a rock when they were 8 years old at the beach. And so if you try and apply other methods and it hasn't really let go of that fear of heights, it might be because you're working on the wrong thing. So with EAM, there is a really important part of the process that we call the sway. So the sway enables you to tap into what's happening in your energy. Now, the sway isn't new. It's not only in EAM. It's actually a method from kinesiology, which is a muscle testing method, which means that we're actually reading what's happening in our energy from what's being sent back through our energetic system. So our heart energy, because it's reading all of this information up to 20 feet away from us, remember our aura is a resonation of what's happening with our heart. Our heart isn't only sending information out, it's also receiving information back. So it's reading everything that's going on in your energy every time you think a thought, every time you think of a situation. And remember, everything's recorded in those different layers of our aura. So by tapping into our energy, we're able to see exactly what the challenge was that started this resistance in the first place. Our conscious awareness is tiny. We know a tiny amount of what's really going on. By using the sway, we're able to tap into our subconsciousness, into our subconscious energy, and read what is actually happening in our energy and our aura to find the thing that is actually the resistance or is actually the cause of the challenge that you have. So, Yvette, how do we do that? You're probably thinking. Well, we use something called the sway from kinesiology. Now, the sway is a muscle testing method, and it enables you to tap into what's going on in your energy. So, how does the sway work? You're going to need to stand up for this bit, okay? So I want you to stand up. Yes, you, stand up, stand up. I know you're still sat down, stand up. You're going to have to feel this for yourself. I want to show you how the sway works, first of all. So I want you to close your eyes, stand with your feet hips width apart, and make sure that the back of your knees are relaxed. Make sure that they're not locked tight. Make sure the back of your knees are relaxed. Okay, close your eyes and allow yourself just to be grounded and present. If you need to ground yourself and just send your energy into the floor, then do. And just enable your body to just feel like it's flowing and it's moving. Close your eyes. And then I want you to say out loud, my name is, and then say your name. So I would say, my name is Yvette. And then you'll notice your body will either sway forwards, there might be a pull forwards from just below your belly button or just inside your heart, or it might sway backwards. Now, hopefully on your name, it would sway forwards. If it goes backwards, it could be that you've got an energy reversal, which is a whole other thing I'll talk about in a moment. It could be that you're not using the right name. So say you were born Catherine and you like to be called Kat, it might be that you're not using your full name. It could be that you've got some resistance to your name. But in general, most people will go forwards on their name. If you don't go forwards, try it on something else like your date of birth or the name of your partner or name of your children or your parents' name, something that you know is a yes. What we're trying to identify is your yes response and your no response. So I'm going to assume, for the purpose of the demonstration, that it has actually swayed forwards when you've done this. If you're having any issues with your sway, please post underneath the video. That's exactly what we're here for, to help you get working with this the right way around. So assuming that you went forwards and you had a yes, then I want you to say out loud, relax the back of your knees again and close your eyes. Just pay attention to your energy. And then I just want you to say out loud, my name is Tallulah. Unless your name is Tallulah, in which case you'll probably go forwards. But I'm going to assume your name is not Tallulah, but a name that isn't your name. Okay, and then I want you to notice if you sway backwards. So usually a sway forwards is a yes, and usually a sway backwards is a no. Now I say usually because one of the things that you'll notice, or you may start to notice as you work with this, is that your body might start swaying side to side, or you might go around in little circles, or you might go backwards on something that you know is a yes, something that you know is obvious like your name. Now, if any of those things start to happen, if you get weird things happening with your sway, that tells us that you've got an energy reversal. Now, an energy reversal is one of those three flows of energy that I was talking about earlier. It means that there is something in your energy that is stuck either around that subject, or it could be an energy reversal that is influencing your whole life. Now I'm going to tell you how you can deal with energy reversals, but it is also in the download for today's video. So for now, I just wanted to get you swaying, but I want to talk you through the 5 steps of the process. If you want to sit back down for a minute, you can, or you can stand up and work through the process with me. So step 1, we ask our body a question. So think about whatever the challenge is that you've got going on right now. When you filled in the study part 1, remember I asked you to make a note of the one challenge that you would like to work on. So remember that stuck feeling that you have, and you can perhaps ask the sway this question. Do I feel stuck, or do I feel resistance, or do I feel angry? Whatever wording you'd like to use when I think about, and then say that thing. So then just try that with the sway. I'll just give you a moment. Make sure that your hips are loose, the back of your knees are relaxed. Take a nice deep breath in, close your eyes, just get yourself present so you can let your body respond. It might not respond immediately. Just ask that question. Do I feel resistance when I think about whatever it is? Just allow yourself to have a moment. So step 1 is your body will move. Sorry, you ask the question. Step 2, your body will move. It will give you that sway forwards or backwards. So if it's given you a sway forwards, yes, then you move on to step 3. Now, step 3 is called you experience, and there are 3 ways to do step 3. Today, I'm going to teach you one, which is what happens to your energy when you think about it. Now, this is the most important or easiest way for you to start working with EAM. What happens to your energy when you think about that thing? So just close your eyes for a minute and think about your challenge. Where do you feel it in your body, if you can? Is it like a tension in your shoulders? Is it like butterflies in your stomach? Is it a sickness in your throat? Does it make your heart pound? Does it make you feel heavy? Does it feel like something's pulling you back? What happened in your experience? What happened to your energy when you think about it? So I'll just give you a moment just to pay attention to that. What happens to your energy? And you might like to locate it with like a size, a shape and a colour. Sometimes people might feel like it's a ball in their stomach, or green hands on their back or something like that. So what size is it, if you can? What colour is it? What shape is it? What is happening in your energy when you think about this thing? Okay, so that's step 3, is about understanding your experience. Then we can move on to step 4. Step 4 is where we release the resistance or release the reversed energy. This is about undoing that stuckness that we were talking about earlier, or releasing the reversal. So with step 4, we always repeat the same transformation statement. Don't worry about remembering the words. It's all in the worksheet for today, so you've got this all printed out for you. But I'm just going to take you through this. Just repeat these words after me, okay? So whilst you're thinking about that situation, say you had a red ball in your stomach when you think about it that made you feel anxious. You would say, I'm ready to release. You can repeat these words after me. I'm ready to release this. And I would say, hard red ball in my stomach when I think about, and then say whatever the situation is you've got, partner, job, work, money, friends, whatever it is. And then I release this from my energy in all forms, on all levels, at all points in time. And we repeat that statement 3 times. So let's do that together now. I'm ready to release this, fill in the blank with your own words. Hard red ball, feeling on your shoulders, heaviness, whatever it is. When I think about, and then say your thing. I release this from my energy in all forms, on all levels, at all points in time. I'm ready to release this, say your thing, hard red ball or whatever it is, in my, whatever part of your body. When I think about, I release this from my energy in all forms, on all levels, at all points in time. And then take a nice deep breath in and out. Okay, now just close your eyes again. and pay attention to your energy. What's happened to that feeling? What's happened to your energy? Where has it shifted? Has it moved? Has it got smaller? Has it located to somewhere different? Does it feel exactly the same? That's also absolutely fine. So all we do with step 4 is if it feels exactly the same, or say you had a hard red ball in your stomach and it's now come up to a sicky feeling in your throat, you repeat step 4. All you need to do is keep repeating step 4 until you feel like it's shifted. So you would then repeat, I'm ready to release this sicky feeling in my throat. I release it from my energy, etc., until you feel it's gone. Now you can also, with step 4, check in with the sway that you have released all of the resistance before you move on to step 5. So you can ask the sway, have I released this sicky feeling, or have I released this resistance when I think about whatever? And it will give you a yes or a no. If it gives you a yes, that's great. You can move on to step 5. If it gives you a no, you just need to repeat step 4, sorry. You need to repeat step 4. So keep repeating step 4 until you feel the shift. This is sometimes where you might spend 2-3 minutes on this sometimes, maybe sometimes 5. Sometimes it just comes down to asking the right question. You'll often find yourself flowing backwards and forwards between step 1, 2, 3 and 4 to really pinpoint exactly what is going on for you. And that's where the art of EAM starts to come in, knowing which questions to ask. Like I said, for these 5 days, I want to keep it simple, but it's really about what happens to your energy. What happens to your energy when you think about that thing? What do you feel? And once you can learn to start shifting that, you'll really start to see big shifts in your energy. So once you've completed step 4 and the sway says, yes, you've released that resistance, then you can move on to step 5. Now, this is where it gets really exciting for me. Most other methodologies are all about the release. They're all about the letting go. They're all about step 4, what we call step 4, releasing that stuckness, releasing that belief, releasing that resistant energy. And that's great. But all that does, if you imagine you've got a baseline here, by releasing the resistance, you might not feel the tension anymore, but it actually brings your energy below the energy line. So whilst it's released the resistance, it's almost created a gap in your energy. And unless you do step 5, which I'm about to share with you, it can actually leave you feeling in a lower energy place than you were before you started, which completely defeats the object of working to feel better. So step 5 is about manifesting. It's about creating what you want to happen in your energy first before you'll start to see the changes in things outside of you. So step 5, you manifest, is all about allowing. It's about allowing your energy to change and making a conscious choice and decision about how you want to think, how you want to feel, what you want to experience about this situation. So this isn't just about manifesting a car or a house or any of those physical things. It's about manifesting a feeling first and foremost. Now, I'll talk more to you tomorrow about why the feeling is so important on our day 2 video. But for now, it's really about connecting you back to what you want to have. So we do that by repeating a very similar statement. All you need to say is, I'm ready to allow myself to feel or myself to think whatever it is you want to experience. So you might want to feel happy. So you might say, I'm ready to allow myself to feel happy when I think about whatever. I allow this into my energy in all forms, on all levels, at all points in time. And again, you repeat that 3 times. I'm ready to allow myself to feel or think or believe whatever it is you're bringing in. I allow this into my energy in all forms, on all levels, at all points in time. Now, a very nice way to do step 5 is actually to do this with your arms in the air above your head. When you do this and you repeat the step, you can do it 3 times. You can also ask the sway, how many times do I need to repeat this for it to be true? So it might say that you need to do it 8 times. But you can also just stand with your arms in the air and allow yourself to receive the energy of the thing that you're asking for. Allow yourself to receive in that feeling of happiness, and you'll feel the weight of it often land in your arms. And when you do, just allow yourself to slowly bring your arms down by your side, and you'll feel it shift and land into your energy. Now, I promised I was going to keep it simple, and then I just told you one of the next steps for EAM with using the numbers with step 5. But if you want to do that, it will make much more sense on how to use the numbers when I show you the day 2 video for tomorrow. So park that for now, just park it for now. Just follow the 5 steps of the process. So step 1, ask your energy. Step 2, your body's going to respond and give you the yes or no. Step 3, what happens in your energy when you think about it? What do you feel? Step 4, do the release the resistance. And step 5, create the new feeling. What do you want to feel instead? We always follow those same 5 steps, and it's really, really important that you finish on a step 5. If you leave yourself just at step 4, you'll find yourself not slipping into a hole, but just energetically you'll feel a bit lower. Step 5 is what it's all about. It's about aligning your energy, your head, your heart and your hara, allowing your energy to be in flow and for you to feel in sync, like everything is working out for you. That's what the whole process is all about. So make sure that you do step 5. I would love to know how you feel just from doing this one tiny thing. You'll see inside the worksheet for today the exercise for you to do. I want you to explore the one challenge that you have and any feelings that you have that come up around it. What happens to your energy when you think about that challenge? And I just want you to focus on working on that for today. We'll do much more work on things tomorrow on days 2, 3, 4 and 5. Okay, so any questions, please post them in the group under this video. Inside the worksheet, there is also an explanation for how to work on energy reversals, because energy reversals can come from different places. They happen in lots of different ways. The worksheet will explain step by step how you use those 5 steps to work on an energy reversal if one comes up for you. And if you're stuck, please also ask the mentors as well. I'm just trying to think. I think that's all you need to know for today. Have fun with this, because it really is an incredibly powerful process. It can do so much for you to shift your energy, to change your experience. All sorts of different things can shift with this. Even fears that you've been holding on to for years and years. In fact, actually, a guy came to our last 2-day event. He'd had a fear of heights for years, like the last 16 years. And it was a pretty well-founded fear of heights. I think we'll let him have it. He was up the Blackpool Tower, inside the metal cage. He'd gone to go and have the view from the top. Inside the cage, everyone is crammed into this lift. And you could see himself going up. The ground was getting further and further away. The lift's getting higher and higher and higher. He's something like 100 meters up in the air. And all of a sudden, the side of the lift starts to peel away and fall to the ground way, way below them. Now, I think it's fair to say that that is something that would give you an energy reversal. It would give you a shock in your system, something that would really, quite honestly, scare the pants off of you. But in that moment, his energy got shocked into a state of being scared of heights. Now, the event that he came along to was at a venue called Altitude in London on the River Thames at Millbank Tower, which is 28 floors up in the sky. So I'm pretty sure you can imagine he was feeling a bit wonky about coming along to the event. Now, luckily, he did come along, he braved it and came in and did the work. And in about 10 minutes, he'd let go of this fear of heights, which had literally stopped him from going anywhere and doing anything at a high level for the last 16 years, and he let go of it in like 10 minutes with this. By the end of the day, he was stood there at the window, swaying away, doing his EAM, looking out over the River Thames, because he'd let go of this shock in his energy. It just wasn't there for him anymore. So this is exceptionally powerful stuff. That's just one tiny example of what this can do. So if he can let go of something he's been holding on to for 16 years, you can certainly use this for yourself to let go of things that are standing in your way too. So please write in the group underneath the video, let us know any aha moments that you've had, what came up for you, where you can see some of this stuff playing out in your life already. And please make sure that you ask us any questions as well. Underneath the video, there's also a link for you to download the worksheet. You will need to download the worksheet to see the task for the day, but it's also got the 5 steps in there and all of the words and how to release energy reversals in there for you too. So have fun with this. Please ask the questions. That's exactly what we're here for. We're here to support you and help you to understand this so you can use this in your life. I will see you on day 2. Bye for now.